Our next guest is truly one of my, actually, he's my favorite Canadian singer-songwriter of all time. Stephen Ferry.
A little closer. That's lovely. Okay. Right on, eh? A city freeze, get on your knees, pray for warmth and green paper. A city drought, you're down and out, see your trousers don't taper. Saddle up, kick your feet, ride the range of a London street, travel to local plane, turn around and come back again. And at the chime of a city clock, put up your roadblock and hang on to your crown. The stone in a tin can is wealth to the city man who leaves his armor down. Stay indoors, beneath the floors, talk with neighbors only. The games you play make people say you're either weird or lonely. A city star won't shine too far on account of the way you are. And the beads around your face make you sure to fit back in place. And at the beat of a city drum, see how your friends come in twos or threes or more. The sound of a busy place is fine for a pretty face who knows what a face is for. Fall down without a face to hide in, and he will lose if he won't choose the one he may confide in. Sonny boy with smokes for sale went to ground with a face so pale. I never heard about the change, showed his hand and fell out of rain. And in the light of a city square, you find a face that's fair, keep it by your side. When the light of a city falls, you fly to the city walls, take off with your bride. But at the chime of a city clock, put up your roadblocks and hang on to your crown. stone in a tin can is wealth to the city man who leaves his armor. Thank you.
Now the terrifying part, which is getting this guitar in tune. I swear to God, I've never ever used these tunings before. And I'd like to say I'll use them again, but I'm really not sure. When Luke asked me to do this, I blithely said, "Oh yeah, I love to do this." The idea of being on stage with an 8-piece string section, I've never done this in my life. It's not overdub time, you know, it's live. It's very, very exciting. So I said, "Oh, I'd like to play Riverman." So Brent, I'm sorry, it was my fault. Because it's one thing to know these songs, you know, you know them, you listen to them. You love them. And then you try and play them. Riverman's in 5/4, and the phrasing is insane. Like, it's insane. It's hard, it's impossible to do. And Luke and I were talking about it, and he said the secret was that you pretty much have to spend a couple of years living in Oxford, not going to class, and smoking copious amounts of hash. And get it. First came across Nick Drake's music when I was recording an album in England with Clyde Gregson producing. And in the middle of the session, he started talking about Nick Drake, and obviously the expression on my face registered that I didn't know what he was talking about, but he was horrified. He said, "God, man, you're a singer-songwriter." And we literally stopped the session, and he made me go out and buy the Nick Drake records. He also made me buy the band record. He was really upset that I didn't know the band's music either, so it was a good education for me. Yeah, thank you, Clyde Gregson. And thanks, Anne, for tuning my guitar off whilst I tune. That's very good. Very good idea. Oh, I remember thinking.
Which will you go for? Which will you love? Which will you choose for? From the stars above, which will you answer? Which will you call? Which will you take for your one and all? And tell me now, which will you love the best? Which do you dance for? Which makes you shine? Which will you choose now? If you won't choose mine, which will you hope for? Which can it be? Which will you take now? If you won't take me, then tell me now. Which will you love the best?